So today we are going to dive deeper into Astral Sorcery. And to get started right off the bat, let's go ahead and take a look at our Astral Sorcery manual. And let's look at crystal clusters. This is something that we definitely need to make in order to advance ourselves further into Astral Sorcery. It's going to be pretty much required. And we're going to need some enhanced collector crystals later on. That's going to be really nice, along with just collector crystals in general. And we get celestial crystals here by doing a little bit of a growth thing. So let's go ahead and grab a bucket. I love how just mobs just walk around me as if I'm not even standing here. And let's go ahead and pull out some stardust. So this is where the stardust is going to come in handy. We're also going to need some rock crystals, and I recommend finding rock crystals that are pretty high in size and purity. Right, so find ones that are good in purity. Like this one's at 66. I mean, I'm of course going to probably pull out all of them. I think we only have 4 for right now. And I'm going to pull out these rock crystals and I'm going to place them right here. But I do need some liquid starlight. So let's grab a few buckets of that. 4 will be fine. Get rid of that guy. And go ahead and place that liquid starlight inside just anywhere. I mean, you can place it anywhere. I went ahead and built these areas. Just because I thought it looked kind of nice, adding it to the side. Of course, you can add to the structure. It doesn't really affect it any. So we have these here. Now what we need to do is place the crystal in with a little bit of stardust. So boom, boom. If I turn my magnet off. Wait, I don't have a magnet on. Okay. There we go. Throw those in there, stay away from it. You see all the particles going. We need to do that for each one of these. There we go. And eventually, what will happen is it will consume stardust. This little guy. Get out of here. All right, we got, what, one more to do? And I might have to go find some more rock crystals. That is probably going to be a thing. All right, so we just let these kind of do their thing for a bit, and this is what you should end up getting. Now, just let them set in the starlight, and they will grow on their own. And whenever they're full size, right now, it's definitely not full size. You'll kind of know when it's full sized. I think there's particle effects that come off of it when it's full sized. But yeah, you're going to want to let these just stay here and continue to grow. It's going to take a little bit of time, but while we do that, we can start focusing on some other things. So last episode, we talked a little bit about attunement, and we need to actually make a giant altar for this. This is going to be one of several altars that we have to make, or multi-blocks that we have to make. And like I said, but this one's pretty large. And so I did clear out this area to accommodate that. And so we're going to have this area over here. That is going to be the attunement area, and then I think over here we might have some of the other stuff. I kind of want them to go in a line, so that way, kind of when I walk, you know, I'm kind of walking through my Astral Sorcery area, because this mod does require a lot of area to build. So building this, it's very straightforward. You can kind of count what you're going to need here, and kind of count out the size. But yeah, I just recommend sort of building on the outside here and kind of guesstimating how many this is going to be. I think I remember the amount, but you can kind of look at these blocks and kind of count them out. They are kind of wavy in how they are done. But yeah, that's not the issue. We need to actually make the thing first. So we need to actually make the altar itself. And that's going to require some star metal and attunement crystal, rock crystal. I did go ahead and farm up some more rock crystals. So I went ahead and got some more of those done. As you can see, also, this is, they're growing. They are definitely growing. As you can see, there's some more crystals going on. So let's grab a rock crystal, just any one. Nothing that's too fancy anyways. Astral, we also need some star metal. We already have this going for us. And I think we needed specific marble. Yeah, again. So, I think my chisel is also in my bag. Yep. So yeah, we're going to get this going, because this requires runed marble. So let's go ahead and make runed marble. And I think I have everything for this. Attunement Altar, ready to go. And we can whack it with our wand. that I, of course, also have stored in here, or my bag. There we go. Hit that up. And we're ready to rock and roll. Look how pretty this is. Like, this is really, really cool looking when it's crafting these things. So, now we have the altar. Now I have to work out and build the actual area. So now that I have the Attunement Altar set up and ready to go, I went ahead and pulled out the constellation that I want to work on. And if you're confused about what constellation you want to attune yourself to, you can go here and actually read a little bit about it. And it's kind of going to give you an idea. So I'm going to tell you exactly what it's going to do. You can see right here, but it does tell you sort of what it's all about. And I kind of want to go with Dissidia. Dissidia is really nice. It's not only going to, it's going to make us just basically more powerful. And that's something that I want to do. I want to be really powerful so I can fight more and more of these dragons really easily. And yeah, take them out. So you can see right here, the refraction table, this talks a little bit about stuff that you'd want to do like for enchanting, which we're going to get into eventually as well. But you have ritual effects. This makes you strong light into energy area, creates a damaging field, lashing out on enemies nearby. So basically you get like the thing that will do a little extra damage. This right here pushes away. I'm pretty sure this is the one that gives you yeah, repulsion force, emits light. It's a small force field with projectiles, which mobs outside its range. Yeah, this one kind of pushes mobs away. And then we got Vicio. Let's see, improves the mobility of all within. Those will help with your movement if that's something you're interested in. Let's see, ways not normally possible for those without wings. Yeah. So I mean, that's just some different things. I kind of want to go with the strength. I kind of like the idea of doing extra damage to mobs and things. So what you want to do is you want to hold the actual constellation, and it'll actually be kind of lit up if the constellation is in the sky. You also want to make sure that it is early morning when you start this. You want to have this done like right when you possibly can. Right? Let's get this guy out of here. You want to have this where the moon is basically there. And hold the constellation in your offhand, take some spectral relays, just some regular spectral relays, and place them on the slots here, just like that. I think this one is right there. Place them on the slots that are highlighted in blue. And then when done properly, you will see this happen. And at that point, you're pretty much ready to be attuned. So, let's go ahead and store this away. And let's go ahead and attune ourselves. Pretty cool. Watch this. Yeah. You get this awesome cutscene. And yeah, we're just going to be getting ourselves attuned to this particular one. Now, like I said, there is a perks tree, which is probably one of the coolest parts about this, is the more you do stuff, the more you kill mobs. I'm assuming with this particular attunement, you can actually level your perk system up or level yourself up, and it's a pretty big perk tree. If you've ever seen any of them, any of these perk trees, I'm going to show you whenever we open this up here, but it is pretty cool. And you also have a new bar on the left hand side. Look at that. I can see the light. All right, so now that we're attuned, well, not much. We're not going to really notice anything, but we do have a new set here called perks. And this is that perk tree that I was talking about. Look how big it is. It's super cool. And we actually started here because we decided to go that route. And you can see we get 5% increased melee damage. Yeah, that's some of the perks that we get. On top of the fact that we already have increased melee damage coming from this, we have max melee damage coming from this. We're increasing it even more. And I can't wait to see how ridiculous we can get some of these things. So a good way to, I think, level this one up is to just hurt mobs, just to attack mobs, I think. That's going to be definitely one good way. For some reason, these spiders are just spawning all over the place over here. But eventually you'll get some level ups. And I think by default, you already have some level ups. Let's take a look right here. So if we click this, you can see it says active. And we just activated that. And this is the bar over here that is going to go up. And so the more we do things, the more we can get some cool things. Like this is right here, 5%. You also have 2% added crit chances. On top of this, you gain experience by dealing damage, so that's what we're doing, and you get 10% added critical hit chance. Man, we are going to become a crit monster. And at this point, it kind of splits away. We can go, okay, melee damage, or do we want to go range damage? And then we get added reach. Like, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do, and it's just by killing mobs. We're gonna level this up by doing damage and killing mobs. Like, it's not too hard to do, and we're gonna do this. We just do this just to clear mobs away from the stuff we're working on, right? So yeah, overall, I think this is a good buff. This is definitely another way to make ourselves even more powerful, crazy powerful than we already are. Get away from me, guys. Man, nasty guys. Also, some people were saying that I don't have any power on my stuff. They're all fully charged, so it all stays completely charged because at least it should. Wow. So these rats weren't normally a one-hit kill. Now they are. That's cool. So now that my crystals are fully grown, you can see the little particle effects that I was talking about. They pop up when they're done, and you get your stardust back, and you also get the celestial crystal that I was hoping for. Now, not only can you grow these crystals, you can also grow your other crystals as well, your standard white crystals. But these are the crystals that I definitely want to focus on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break these sides here, and I have myself a fluid placer from Actually Additions. This actually comes in clutch for placing water or placing any fluid, and it is super nice. So what I can do is actually break down one of these and one of these. And let's go ahead and get a full container of liquid starlight. By placing that and then swapping it back. So now we have 2 containers here of liquid starlight. I'm going to place it on top. Well, if I can actually place it on top. And we're just going to go ahead and set this to pump into the fluid placers. Right? Go ahead and pump that into the fluid placers. Perfect. Now, the fluid placers, they're going to place the fluid once there's enough in here, and they're going to continue to place it. Now, the thing that happens is when you take these celestial crystals, right, and you use them, you throw them in this fluid, they're going to start over time consuming the fluid. Now, they won't despawn, so I'm going to take my 2 best ones, and I'm going to throw them in here. These are my 2 bests. And yeah, they're going to consume that liquid starlight. And what you want to do is make sure they continue. Because eventually they're going to split into 2 after they consume enough liquid starlight. And that's going to start bringing up that purity level. And that's what you want. You want a high purity. And you also want a pretty large size. And you can get that before they split. You want to try and get the large size before they split. But you definitely want to try and bring up that purity. And that's going to take a little bit of time. You can just let them kind of simmer while you work on other things. And speaking of other things, I think we can try and figure out how this enchanting system works, as I've never used it before, so bear with me. So before we can even create this stellar refraction table, we need resonating gems, and we also need some infused wood, which is another little thing that you can create using some wood and starlight, I do believe. So yeah, I think you can just take regular wood and throw it into starlight, I think. I don't know, I'll have to look at the infused wood. That was something that was new, that was added in an update not too long ago. But you can see everything around here kind of revolves around the Starlight Infuser. This was the other multi-block that I was saying that I was going to need to make. And so I need to definitely craft this up. But this is the multi-block that I need to get put together. And this is the one I'm going to actually put over here. It's going to be a little bit further away from everything and is going to go here about 3 blocks away. And I think this is the only other really like a major table that we're going to need. So I have everything ready here. Look at this, ready to go. I can whack this now. And over here I have my altar built. We're going to talk about that here in a second. It does require a little bit of starlights, probably more than a little bit. And you can see these guys are still working and have basically consumed the entire thing of starlight. That's where I might start to use some crystals over here to get that all done. Yeah, it's working pretty good. This is functioning. We do have enough starlight, so yep, there we go. And this thing is really cool, actually. So let's go ahead and throw this over here. Now, all of these need to be filled with liquid Starlight. And if you're worried about how this is supposed to be set up, this is just regular Astral Sorcery marble, rune marble, and you can kind of see it better here, and then the marble arches. The book does a good job of showing you, like, you don't need anything under here, but these blocks are kind of hard to see because of the liquid in there. But I mean, if you just page up, I mean, even that is kind of hard to tell. You can kind of see it, but you definitely will know because you have 12 marble that you need to place down here, and there's only enough room for that. So, placing this down, yeah, we need a little bit of this. Just, you know, a lot of it, actually. And what I'm going to do is to actually take these, and I'm going to move them over here, because I find that it's just easier having them in the corner here with a tank that you can just scoop the liquid Starlight out of and just throw it in there. Let's go ahead and place that. And then, of course, I will have more here, but that'll be later on. So, with the aquamarine in, I wonder if we can actually speed this up. No, these... Oh, wait, I'm using the wrong thing. Oh, yeah, you can definitely speed that up. Oh, man. That's actually building quite a bit. Look at the particles. Oh, man. I've actually never tried to accelerate Astral Sorcery stuff, so that's kind of cool. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our buckets that I just had in my hand. Just I thought I did. Am I going crazy? Thought I just had some buckets. I feel like you guys are gonna... Yeah, I didn't see them. All right, so kind of determine how this is gonna go. Let me kind of show you real quick. Yeah, actually, we have a boss over here. Fight this guy real quick. 300 damage. Wow, big shot there. Knocked him down. Got ourselves some vampire blood. Anyways, so whenever you use this, you're gonna notice some different patterns. If you notice a pattern like this, that means the center is missing liquid Starlight. If you notice a pattern that is like this, kind of open here, you know that, well, this side is actually missing. Once we have all of this filled in, it's a little easier to see because everything is completely filled. When you lose a bucket here, you'll notice the water is kind of messed up over here. Don't place the bucket here, place it on this side. That's the side that needs fixing. And man, I love the texture on that. The texture is so cool looking. And then once we get this done, now we can actually use this thing. So you place this inside here and hit it with the wand, and that's going to get us the stuff that we need after we get rid of that fella. And sometimes it will consume it, sometimes it won't consume a bucket. But as you can see here, it definitely consumed a bucket worth of Starlight. And again, bam, I was able to fix it. So depending on what you throw in here to infuse, will all determine whether or not, like how much you're going to actually consume as far as liquid Starlight. And later on, we'll definitely have better ways of expanding that. Need to do it one more time because we actually need 2 of these. So now's a good time to kind of show you this. Look right here. They split. So they ended up splitting. These are the 2. And you see this one is a size of 21. That was the one that split off. And you can see the purity went up from 74 to 79. But the cutting went down. I'm not too worried about the cutting. So I'm not too worried about that. But we want to bring the size back up. So all we do is just throw this one in. And we continue working on that purity. Same goes for these. You can see right here, we ended up having one that was 43. And then when it broke off, its size decreased. The sizes are going to decrease because that's what actually increases. And we now have a purity of 49, right? And then we throw the 49 in. Well, if I do that right, 49, throw it in, run away. And so we let them continue to build up. Now, I do have some more crystals. I don't know why I was searching that way. And you want to find crystals that have pretty high purity to begin with. Getting started, like the one that has 69, that'd be a great one to get started with. It's oddly enough the highest one we have. But anyways, you can still use these crystals as well. They work the same as all the other stuff. And yeah, they become kind of trash because you really don't need them at that point. So yeah, that's kind of what we're gonna go with. Now, to get this thing is a bit more complicated. Like I said, it requires some of that infused wood. And the infused wood, section. Maybe, I think it was like in one of the first constellations? Discovery? No, it was definitely in the second one whenever we've developed Starlight. Yes, it's right here. So infused wood, infusing materials, liquid starlight. Okay, so yeah, we just basically throw it in liquid starlight, I'm guessing. Which, I mean, we can do. Like some wood. I don't know if it's just wood or logs that we need. We'll try both. And then we'll get a bucket. And we'll grab some starlight. I'll actually just grab it from over here. I don't remember if it consumes. Whoa. This guy is pulling me. That was a weird effect. Alright, do you throw logs in? Yes. So, you just throw the logs in. And there we go. Now we have infused wood, which is actually kind of a nice looking material. Pretty cool looking material. I think it would definitely fit in with all the white stuff. So at this point, we are ready to rock and roll and make this thing. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, that's so cool. Look at all the colors. I've actually never made this thing, so seeing all the different rainbowed colors is super cool. Wow. I wonder if... Oh, that doesn't do it, does it? Oh, okay. That requires too much starlight to boost that. But if we boosted these, we might have enough. Oops, I kind of like accidentally canceled the craft. And I have to wait for this to go away. Oh no. So yeah, if we did need a little bit more starlight, we could actually boost the spectral rays with the time in the bottle. Which, yeah, is kind of cheaty. It definitely is kind of cheaty. Yeah, we totally have enough to get this done. Now I get to watch it again. Beautiful. Alright, so this thing has definitely been running for a bit, and is now done. Voila. Now this isn't the only thing we need to get this to work, as this does need a few other things. If we take a look, because this is actually new. This is all new. I think we need color lenses, and the color lenses determine... It does tell you a little bit about it. Like the different glass changes the type of enchant. Yeah, we have infused glass. That's some different stuff. That talks about... Don't know if it can be different. But yeah, this is going to be a bit. I need to do my research and figure out a little bit more about this this enchanting, this little advanced enchanting table. Wow, that is big. So in order to get started with this, we do need a few things with Astral Sorcery involving the infused glass. This actually is kind of a stretch to make, as you do need some colored. I don't know if the color particularly matters. I'm going to go with damage because that's kind of what I'm going for anyways. I don't think it actually matters though. So to make a damaged lens, or a damage base lens, we need an actual lens. I'm going to go get that crafted up, and then that should allow us to be able to make this. So I had to make quite a few resonating gems. So just make sure you have enough starlight. It's not too crazy to get enough starlight over there. Wow, these they start to take a little bit longer. But yeah, I did figure out how this works. So we also need some parchment paper. So we are going to need a little bit of that. I also had to go get some more aquamarine. I'll take a little bit of parchment paper. I don't know how much I'm going to need, but for right now, that should work. All right, so there's our lens. And we need to make this now. So go ahead and get that imbued up with some starlight. Get that all crafted. We have our drummer boy over here. And then we can start making some enchants. So hopefully we can get ourselves like a sharpness 4 or 5, or we can get a sharpness above 5. That's kind of what we want. We want to have a sharpness above 5. We can get like a sharpness 7, 8. I don't really know what the limit is for it, but that's definitely kind of the thing we want. I'm going to kind of make this like 12 exactly. Actually, kind of go back a little bit. Put this right there. Apparently the best time to do this is at this time. What you're going to do is right click this on there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some parchment in it as well. And when you open up this interface, any of the constellations that are up at night at the current time, you can use. And what you want to do is start bringing these in here. And as many as you can get. Oh, like that one is not wanting to go. Oh, sometimes that'll happen. That burnt to parchment paper. We want to keep trying until we can get this to go. Apparently, it's not wanting me to put Decidia on here. I don't think there's a specific pattern on how to do this. Yikes. So we got 3. So if we take a look at this, we have 3 right now. And that's all I can put on there is 3. So now that I have that, I have the engraved glass. And with this, I think after this part, we can put the book in. And that should be able to enchant. So, book. Just a regular book. We place the book in. Do I have to do something different? Oh wait, I have to shift right click this. Right? No. I'm right clicking. I thought you shift right click to pull it out. Maybe that's wrong. That has nothing to do with it. I'm so goofy. We have to take the parchment out, of course, before we can put the book in. So yeah, take the book or take the parchment out, then put the book in, and that's when it's going to start attacking the book and enchanting it with whatever this is going to give us. Hopefully it gives us strength. That would be great. Or not strength, sharpness. We got sharpness 7. So yeah, that's kind of the enchant I wanted. That right there, that's exactly what I wanted, was some sharpness. Now, apparently you can put this sword in here. I'm gonna put the sword in as well and see what we get, because you can put other stuff in here. I'm gonna first strip off. Oh wait, we can't. Oh no, this doesn't work with this. Oh, that's not cool. How? I don't think there's any other way to take... Wait, enchant. Enchanter? I'm pretty sure there's a unenchanter. Unenchant removes enchantments for a price. Deletes enchantments off of anything. Oh, that might be what I want. I know these are nice and we have Vorpal. But I can't remove... You know what? I think there's another way other than the unenchantment pile. You know what? I can just make this. It says that it comes at a price with a cost. Feed in your enchantments in the top and the books into the middle, and it consume one of each. Ingredient for each enchantment removed. Okay, so I guess it requires an item. So I'll try and make this one and then see if I can remove it. Okay, from the looks of it, it's going to work, I think. So we put the books in. And that should rip off the enchants for us. I really want to keep Vorpal. That's why I'm kind of concerned about that. So I need redstone and bottles of experience. So bottles... and this is how I'm getting bottles of experience, by the way. This way. So glowstone and redstone. I wasn't expecting this. I honestly thought it was going to pull off the enchants just fine. Okay, so it did pull off one. And Vorpal. And the other one. Okay, good. Poof. Okay, so now we have a regular sword. And you guys did say that it is... Wow, that's a tall tree. You guys did say that it's better off that we set this, and then to do it right here and actually make sure that Dissidia is on that night, which it is. And can we might not be able to, yep, we can't use this sword. So we cannot use this. Even though we can accept enchants, apparently we can't use it unless, will this even take a book? Okay, yeah, we'll take a book, but it will not take anything else. Okay. And I think it's always going to be the same on the book. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying it now, but we do have this book here. Like I said, sharpness on this 41 damage sword, it can go higher than normal sharpness. Wow. And okay, let's pull this out. Can we can't anvil this together, right? There's no way. I know we can pull these off, but can the combiner combine these? Now that I think about it, that would be also insane. So let's rip these enchants, separate them. So we have the 2 sharpness. Can this do it? Enchantment applicator. Enchantment factory. No. So it cannot combine them. Can I combine them in an anvil? Is it going to be too expensive? Okay, I can't even combine them in an anvil. Can I add this to this? Oh, yes, I can. Oh my. All right, can we just add it to Vorpal and Runed for more? So Vorpal, Runed, Vorpal, Sharpness, then add it all to the sword for 35. Yes, yes, please. And yes, Sword of OPness. That's what we're going with. This thing now has 45 on top of that. I have nothing to really test it. All that, though, to have a sword that is probably has the best enchantments we could probably get on it. It doesn't have a durability, so nothing to worry about that. And yeah, I think this is working out pretty good. On top of that, we're also getting a damage buff every time we kill a mob in our perks section, which we're level 3, and this is going to continue to build up. We're kind of hit this point where we need to choose kind of where we're going to go. I want to do increased melee damage. This does more melee damage and a crit modifier, and that's kind of pushing it 10% there, added reach, and then 50% projectile speed. Things start moving towards projectiles, and I don't know if I want to move things to projectiles. I think I want to move towards more stuff related towards this. Like this over here is really nice. 5% of damage dealt gained as life, and we get 2+ hearts. So, and like, yeah, this is really nice. So we can basically, anytime we do damage, we're gaining hearts back. So that's pretty powerful as well, I must say. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's Astral Sorcery episode, and I hope you are understanding why I decided to dive into it. So guys, if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. As always, I appreciate it. And also click that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're about to hit, at the time of this video, 350,000 subscribers, which is a fantastically large number that I never expected to reach in the first place. So absolutely amazing. Thanks to you guys. And guys, as always, thanks for watching.